Hey everybody, my name is Ethen Ostroff. I'm an injury lawyer outside of the Philadelphia area. Today we're going to talk about a really important topic, how to file a personal injury claim. I'm going to talk about the do's, the don'ts, why you really should hire a personal injury lawyer to handle each and every part of this, but we're going to dive into that. But before I get into there, make sure to hit that subscribe button below where I will make sure that your future personal injury case is protected. My goal is to just ensure that you don't put yourself behind the eight ball on situations that you really do need to understand the law and how to handle certain situations. So before I get into that, hit that subscribe button, follow along. And today, what we are talking about is how to file a personal injury case. There is a few steps involved in actually filing a personal injury case. First, and I want to make this really clear, you really should hire a lawyer for this process. When you file a lawsuit, there are so many different complex parts to it, whether it's actually drafting the complaint, which is the legal document that tells the courts, hey, something happened to me, I'm suing this person, and this person, and here's why. That document drafting process is a really critical part to the case. And if you do something wrong in what's called the pleadings phase, which is where you are saying, I plead these things happened to me, in that document I just talked about, a complaint, if you do that wrong, you're stuck with it. And you can't really renege certain parts of that complaint. If you make a mistake on that pleadings process, you can really mess up your case. So how to file? The first step is called pleadings, where you draft a complaint, you itemize exactly what was done wrong to you, and you say these people are responsible, and the courts will permit for your case to be heard and will give you a court date. It's very different than criminal court. This is civil court. Now, civil court, if you win money. In criminal court, if you lose, you go to jail. So if you lose in civil court, you pay. When you are actually filing that complaint, the process for it is you got to draft a really vigilantly detail-oriented document that outlines the law and it outlines the reasons why your case has merit. Then you need to actually serve that document. Yes, it's just like service in the movies to a certain extent. Somebody, usually a sheriff, knocks on the door and hands the defendant is the person who's at fault, this document and says, hey, you got to show up to court on this day because you're being sued. Let your insurance company know what's going on. So the next steps is once you get through that pleadings phase of filing the complaint, serving that complaint, when you have served everybody, then you move into something called discovery. Now, discovery is where you actually discover what's going on in the case. Now, in terms of filing it, there are several filings that happen through the discovery process. You might need to provide the court your expert report. You might need to provide the court notice that there are certain depositions happening. You may need to provide the court with certain deadlines that they ask of you, and it's different really county by county, state by state. But in terms of filing it, you actually just simply file it that first time and you say, hey, here's my complaint. Here's me requesting for a lawsuit and a jury trial on my set of facts, and the court will permit that or deny it, basically. So that really is the basics of how you file a case. There's a lot of steps in the litigation process, and litigation is a fancy lawyer word for suing and the process of suing. But really, in terms of filing it, it's really just that pleadings part where you file that document and then the case gets started. So if you have any other questions, I hope that you don't need to hire a personal injury lawyer, but I'm here for you. My information is below. You can hop on the phone with me any day of the week, and I'll make sure either myself or a member of my team gets in touch with you promptly. But make sure to hit that subscribe button where I'll make sure that your future personal injury case is protected. Thanks.